What house system do you use and why? I have a late degree Aries rising. So when I switch from whole sign to any sort of quadrant-based system, or even equal, if I switch to equal, my whole chart is absolutely different. I have a couple placements, the ruler of my ascendant and my sun, Jupiter conjunction, with equal house system. My sun goes to the 9th house. And I'm like, well, that's not right, you know? But why isn't it right? Because there's so many different ways that could be expressed, right? But I mean, then I would have a whole ass 9th house Capricorn stellium, which doesn't make, for me, a whole lot of sense. I mean, okay, if I'm going to look at it like, astrology is the goal here, right? And that is the house of astrology, is it not? But I haven't really done astrology, super, super great yet. Like, I've not gotten a ton of people, and I'm scared to post, and I have all these like little things that I'm like thinking about constantly when I'm hoping to like post more about astrology or even like put myself out there a little more about astrology. But I am so scared. And I don't know if that's because I have Mercury conjunct Neptune in Capricorn. And I'm like, oh, well, this gotta be perfect. And it's certainly not. It is certainly not perfect yet, Capricorn's ruled by my Saturn, which is in Scorpio. Now, this is another one that's flippy floppies, okay? I've got Scorpio. I have a Saturn conjunct South Node in Scorpio. In whole sign, it's the 8th house. And in a couple other systems, it's also the 8th house. But a lot of other systems, it's in the 7th house. Some astrologers read like a close to the cusp in a quadrant system, something that's within, it depends on the astrologer, 3 to 5 degrees away. I think some used to do 1 degree, like it can get really specific, but some people are doing 5 degree now, which would make the Saturn South Node conjunction go into the 8th house, no matter what, really. So I'm like, maybe, I'm just trying to figure out what house system I want to use, and I'm struggling. I'm like learning the history of them. I like whole sign best because I think it makes the most sense cleanly. You know what I mean? I don't think equal makes sense, if I'm going to be honest. But then I'm like, am I just relating so much to my chart now, the way that I see it, that I can't take myself out of it and zoom out and go, what does this mean? And then there's, of course, then you get into like, other kinds of astrology altogether that completely change your sign and shit, because it doesn't, like with Western astrology, we follow the seasons. We don't follow like the actual literal sky, the way the sky is. And I can see how people are like, well, why wouldn't you? Well, because we've studied the patterns for thousands and thousands of years this way. 1:11 on the clock. We have it. This is how we are studying the patterns. This is how they present themselves. And it's not wrong, because it's just patterns, which is what science is. Sorry. Sometimes I get mad when I think about people being like, astrology. Not that anyone who doesn't like astrology would have watched all the way to this point. And am I going to post this? Probably not. I probably just wasted my time recording it. I'm just trying to get brave, and I'm scared. I'm a scaredy cat. Why? I want to do this. I don't know why I'm so scared. Why am I so fearful? Is it Saturn effing with me in Scorpio in the 8th house? You know what I mean? But I will say that my Sun-Jupiter conjunction in Capricorn is making a sextile to Saturn South Node. So they work well together, I feel like, which is good, right? I don't know. What house system do you use?